Hi guys, just thought I'd make another video. Hope everybody's doing well in the group. Hope you can see me here okay, because I've switched the camera around the other way, because in a minute I'm going to show you some bits and pieces. This video is basically about my hobbies, really. I've been looking at a few other people's videos. Miss Jane comes to mind, and she's a great artist. She's really spontaneous as well. She kind of paints and talks, and I think that's excellent. Yeah, art and creativity is so important. I think to this parallel society, and anybody that does anything is, you know, even if it's just writing or poetry or anything, I fully recommend it. Yeah, just a little bit about myself if I didn't cover it in the last video. I enjoy exercise, working out. I've got weights in my yard, I like to lift weights, I like to try and keep strong. I enjoyed martial arts as a teenager, and I've done it on and off really ever since. From karate, Thai boxing, kickboxing, taekwondo, stuff like that. Yeah, and I like working out and exercising by myself. I'm a solo person. I'm not a team player. I never liked team sports ever really, even though there are benefits to them. It just wasn't me. So yeah, I mean, when the gym's shut, it wasn't a problem. I invested in some weights, a good few £100 worth, and I like it more now. Made me realise hobbies really are an honest form of self-expression, aren't they? That comes from inside you. It's your passion. So I think the gyms, there's a certain superficial element to them, and the music is shit for one, right? And I can't stand it. More so now, when the gyms reopened, it just made me realise how much I hated the music. And a lot of them, they do look artificial, don't they? With all the machines and everything like that. So I enjoy training outside in my yard. I like um, walking, um, jogging, just doing pull-ups, chin-ups outside, stuff like that. I actually feel just a lot healthier with this lockdown. It's like a load of baggage has been lifted off me. And one of the things I like to do also is painting. I took up painting, which is the main kind of topic on this video. Took up painting about 5 years ago. I used to like drawing in school. Art was one of my favourite subjects. But I never really got into painting. And about 5 years ago, I found this shop, which was basically for artists, kind of amateur artists, and they would display a lot of their work. But about 2 times a week, they had to run a class as well for about 3 hours, and it was a fiver, like a fiver a lesson. It was really worth it, and I did that, and there were about maybe sometimes there were five, sometimes there were about 20 people, but I didn't get obviously one-on-one kind of tuition, but they would teach me some tricks and teach me a little bit about watercolor and acrylics. Watercolor is my main thing for the moment, but I started doing some copies. I'll show you. I'm going to turn the camera around now. So, show you the stuff I kind of started off with. Very basic kind of. Well, this is the first one. It's like a basic black and white. These are copies. This is the kind of the first serious watercolor I did, which probably maybe would suit an acrylic, but that was from a postcard, I believe. I was quite pleased with that. This one here was from a fantasy art book. I've got a few fantasy art books that I use for inspiration, so that's one I did from there. And here is a Frank Frazetta copy. Frank Frazetta is my favourite fantasy artist, and he really apparently inspired the Conan the Barbarian comic books and the movie as well. He was the one. He can draw bodies so well. I love physiques, by the way. I love the human form and the symmetry and everything. So that's one of the reasons why I like him, as well as the fantasy side of it and mythology. That's one of his there, and here's another little one. This is, this is basically the Conan kind of character. Yeah, that's cool. So that's what I started with, and then I got started painting a bit larger. Here's a one on a canvas. This was acrylics I did. I think this is the only acrylic one I did. First time I used acrylics and on a canvas. All the rest are watercolour, like this one here, believe it or not. I love the background. Again, these are copies. I can do these, but I love the way you know, the contrast of light and dark. You know, I like watercolor done when it's really light. I appreciate it, but it's not my style. I love smoke, fire, and stuff like that. I love backgrounds with moons in them. For some reason, I'm just drawn to that. I like to paint pictures with moons in them more than suns. But here's another one. Here's Conan here, standing with his sword, and the background I made brighter. I'll show you briefly. Oops, don't worry about it, pick it up later. Yeah, this is Frank Frazetta's work here, and the way he draws figures these is incredible. These are coloured photocopies I did. I think that's the one you saw. And this one is my favourite, and I did a copy of this one here, which I'm pretty pleased with. And then you can see she's like a Amazon goddess almost in a jungle, and you've got the panthers kind of in the background there. But that one that's watercolour again. And then I decided to try and do my own stuff, like Miss Jane, and with a few attempts. This is the first one I did. It's a bit crude, but this here is supposed to be kind of represent the Morrigan kind of shape-shifting kind of crow, goddess. I know a little bit about. I know it's an Irish mythology. I have a fascination with this due to my own personal experiences, but maybe that's another video, I think. Yeah, so I think this is the first one I did of my own creations here. This one isn't finished, but again, you have the crow or the raven. You have the mother giving birth to the child, and you have the crow or the raven, Morrigan character, almost supervising the child, and then you have adulthood, manhood. You have the kind of a cycle of life thing going on here, and then later on, towards the end of the person's life, you have this archetypal goddess kind of watcher come back and guide the person into the basically through the other side, you know, into the spirit world. That's basically what it's kind of saying, but need to finish that one. Here's another one I did. Something different. I don't usually do stuff like this, but that turned out quite nice. Kind of like maybe represents, I don't exactly know what it means, but it's kind of like the body, and then the different energy bodies, you know, the astral body, or bodies if you want, that kind of thing. But there's that one. Again, have another Morrigan painting here in two forms. If I'm correct, it's basically she has three forms, mainly a crow or a raven or a woman, which could be seen as kind of like an old hag, or a young beautiful woman, or a middle-aged woman, or something like that. So yeah, she's kind of made her with dark eyes. Again, I love the moon for some reason in my paintings. I love night skies and things like that. So that's that one. And here you have another one, similar thing, same thing basically. The wise old lady, the crow or the raven in the background, moon. I've gone for the swirling effect. Even the trees kind of bend for some reason, don't exactly know why. Kind of reminds me of the Watership Down animation, where they show everything swirling, you know. I like the use of colours as well. I hope you like these anyway. So that's that one. And this is the last, most recent one I've done. It's actually pretty big. Again, you got the crow or the raven. You have the Conan character pretty much exactly like the Frank Rosetta, so I used a lot of that, but I gave him a kind of like a raven kind of cloak, and then the lady there underneath him. You have the tombstone, you have the entrance, blood, and then you have decayed building here. You have a sun, which is really kind of like a portal. Used a bit of gold there, but means something to me. I do these things, I have a rough idea of what they mean symbolically to me, and then I add to them. I chop and change a lot. I change my mind. Sometimes I don't really know what I'm doing, and I think that's the best way. Be spontaneous, you know, because you never know where this stuff takes you. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what this means to you. Maybe it means something to you. Let me know if you want, and I hope you like them. Yeah, I'll be doing some more in the future anyway. So that's a little bit about my hobbies and my painting. Yeah, and look forward to speaking to you guys. And yeah, I'll create some more paintings as well, I think. Okay, guys, take care. I'll speak to you soon. Cheers.